Weather Authority forecast from David Bernard.
We have a freeze watch that's been issued for north of the lake for the Mississippi Gulf Coast and including the river parishes into parts of Lafourche and Terrebonne Parish. That's going to be for tomorrow night. No freeze tonight, but tomorrow night. And it also does not look like it is going to be a pipe freeze. So that's the good news. It will be a light freeze, though, the way things are shaping up. This is tomorrow morning. No freeze, but 30s in a lot of spots and north of the lake. And you start getting to Mississippi, maybe as cold as 34, Baton Rouge 36. In the city, we're going to see temperatures in the low to mid 40s. Yeah, it's colder today, right? Our 24-hour temperature change, 18 degrees colder at the airport, 22 degrees colder at Hammond, giving us current temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s on the North Shore, mid 40s south of the lake. This is an extremely cold day by November standards. Heck, it's a cold day by January standards if you want to look at it like that. With the north winds out there, it feels like 32 now in Hammond, 30 in Hammond. So wind chills dropping into the 20s tonight north of the lake, and they're going to stay in the 30s on the South Shore. Right now in the city, that feels like it's 39. Now the rain has moved largely to the south and east, coastal Lafourche and Jefferson into parts of lower St. Bernard and Plaquemines extending to Gulfport. We still have some rain there. There may be some more that comes in tonight.
Let's check back in now with David Bernard for the latest on that severe weather threat.
Flash flood warning, guys, and the rain is increasing in intensity in the Hammond area for Tangipahoa Parish, Washington, and the Folsom area. That green area, that's the flash flood warning until 5:45. It's likely going to be extended later on into this evening. Here's some rainfall estimates so far, and you can see where the heaviest rain has been. Where we see the yellow-orange is basically from Amite to Kentwood, then extending near and just north of Franklinton and just west of Angie. That's a 4.8-inch estimate. Notice it hasn't gotten super heavy. Estimates near an inch around Folsom, and that's 4 to over 6 inches of rain along and west of Interstate 55 in St. Helena Parish. So these storms have the potential to really produce some significant rains. There is that line that's basically stationary or just drifting very slowly to the east and southeast at about 5 miles per hour. Rain covering all of Tangipahoa Parish right now. The heaviest is in the eastern part of the parish, right along the Washington and St. Tammany line in the Franklinton area. That's where some of the heaviest downpours are. Also some lightning with these thunderstorms as well. If we broaden out to the south and west around Gonzales, there's quite a strong storm there just northeast of Pierre Part and coming into the western part of St. James Parish. We will have to watch this to see if it turns severe, but overall the severe weather threat is ending and it's mainly becoming a heavy rain threat. Look at the New Orleans area. We're dry, as is most of the rest of the South Shore all the way down to the coast. Everybody's under a flash flood watch into tomorrow morning. Within that flash flood watch, some areas are going to see the heaviest rain, and we could be talking about now up to 8 inches of rain. All right, guys, starting to get a little concerned around Clearview and the I-10, basically just east of La Fernier, and then not quite to, looks like Causeway and I-10, lighter amounts, but if you're on either side of the big circle there at Clearview and I-10, these rainfall totals are starting to add up. It looks like we might be getting close to 3 inches in spot. Viper's indicating 2.5, but I always put another ½ inch on top of that. Some areas may be up to 3 inches of rain there. Let's put the radar on. That's the rainfall estimates. When I go to actual radar, here we go. This storm is getting heavier over Jefferson Parish. So remember, flash flood warning is in effect. This whole area bounded by River Ridge extending to about Clearview and points north to the lake. That is where the heaviest rain is. Actually, the rain, and it didn't look like it where Catherine was, but it's getting a little bit better in Orleans. But the concern is some of this rain that's intensifying over parts of Jefferson Parish, including the West Bank. That may start to slip into Orleans Parish. Now notice, it does look like it's not moving over Jefferson, so street flooding is likely going to increase there. If we head back here into Orleans Parish, well, when she said it was starting to get heavier again, this band kind of rotated back and redeveloped right over, it looks like the Broad Street area and extending down to the French Quarter. Let me make sure. All right, nothing new there that I need to give you guys. So we're just looking at a lot of rain and too fast. But notice, you see the picture on here? The further east you guys go, the rain is lessening up. But then as we get into Metairie, that red is concentrating there. And so that, to me, seems to where the street flooding may actually get worse over the next 30 minutes or so when you compare it to what's been going on over, say, the last hour.